Here are the top 100 safest countries in the world. From 100 to 1, watch this video.
100 countries. Ranked from safest to the safest of the safe. Today we are counting down every single one, from number 100 all the way to number 1, based on what actually matters to you as a traveler: crime rates, political stability, healthcare access, road safety, terrorism risk, and how safe tourists actually feel on the ground. We are not just talking about the top 10. We are going all the way: 100 countries, 100 safety profiles, one definitive 2026 ranking for tourists. Stick around for the top 10 because the number 1 spot will genuinely surprise you. Let us start the countdown. Welcome to the channel. This video is the most comprehensive tourist safety ranking you will find on YouTube in 2026, combining data from the Global Peace Index, the Berkshire Hathaway Travel Protection Safest Destinations Report, the HelloSafe Global Safety Index, and the Numbeo Crime Index to give you a composite picture of tourist safety across 100 countries. We are focused purely on what matters to travelers, not geopolitics, not military spending, just how safe you are likely to be as a visitor. Let us get into the countdown. A quick note before we start: safety is always relative and conditions can change. Always check your own government's official travel advisory for any destination before you go. This ranking is a guide, not a guarantee. Now, let us count down. Number 100. Bolivia makes the list at number 100, the entry point of our safest 100. The country has made genuine strides in political stability and tourist infrastructure development, particularly around the Salar de Uyuni salt flats and Lake Titicaca. The main safety concerns for tourists remain petty theft in cities, altitude sickness in high-altitude areas, and occasional political demonstrations that can disrupt transport routes. Exercise normal caution, avoid demonstrations, and you will find Bolivia a rewarding and accessible destination. Number 99. Ecuador. Ecuador offers extraordinary biodiversity, the Galapagos Islands, the Amazon rainforest, and the Andes, all within one compact country. Tourist safety is reasonable in the main visitor areas, though urban crime, particularly in Guayaquil and parts of Quito, requires awareness. The Galapagos specifically is among the safest and most regulated tourist environments in South America. Stay within established tourist areas and Ecuador rewards careful travelers enormously. Number 98. Albania. Albania is one of Europe's fastest rising travel destinations and one of the most affordable Mediterranean beach experiences available anywhere. The Albanian Riviera's dramatic Ionian coastline and the Ottoman old town of Gjirokasta are genuinely spectacular. Safety for tourists is generally good, crime rates are low in tourist areas, and the local hospitality culture is genuinely warm. The main caution is road safety. Albanian roads, particularly outside cities, can be challenging by Western European standards. Number 97. Moldova. Moldova, Europe's least visited country, is a genuinely safe destination for adventurous travelers, with a thriving wine culture built around some of the world's largest underground wine cellars at Craiova and Milestii Miki. Crime rates are low. Political stability is improving. The main safety consideration is the unresolved situation in Transnistria, the breakaway region. Tourists should avoid that area. Mainland Moldova itself is quiet, affordable, and safely navigable. Number 96. Namibia. Namibia is one of Africa's premier travel destinations for safety and wildlife. The vast, sparsely populated landscapes, the Namib Desert, Etosha National Park, the Skeleton Coast, create a self-drive culture where tourists spend most of their time in genuinely remote, low-crime environments. Windhoek is relatively safe by African standards. The main risks are the vast distances between facilities and road safety on gravel tracks. For prepared, self-sufficient travelers, Namibia is exceptional. Number 95. Serbia. Serbia is increasingly popular with travelers discovering the Balkans beyond Croatia and Slovenia. Belgrade has a thriving nightlife and cafe culture. The countryside is beautiful and largely untouched by mass tourism. Crime rates for tourists are low, political stability is reasonable, and Serbian hospitality is genuine and warm. The NATO conflict history is decades in the past and has no bearing on current tourist safety. Awareness in major cities about pickpocketing is the main precaution. Number 94. North Macedonia. North Macedonia offers some of the most underrated travel experiences in Europe. Lake Ohrid is a UNESCO World Heritage Site of extraordinary beauty, and the Old Bazaar in Skopje is one of the most atmospheric in the Balkans. Crime rates are low, political stability is improving, and the country is genuinely welcoming to tourists. This is a destination that the travel world has not fully discovered yet, which means less crowding, lower prices, and a more authentic experience. Number 93. Peru. Peru's cultural and natural richness, Machu Picchu, the Amazon Basin, the Nazca Lines, Lake Titicaca, Cusco's extraordinary colonial architecture, makes it one of South America's most compelling destinations. Tourist safety is generally managed in the main visitor areas, though petty theft and scams targeting tourists are common in busy areas. High altitude is a genuine health concern for unprepared visitors. Stick to established tourist routes, use reputable operators, and Peru delivers experiences that are genuinely life-changing. Number 92. Armenia. Armenia is a country of extraordinary historical depth, one of the world's oldest Christian nations, with ancient monasteries carved into cliffsides, a capital city of Soviet modernism and cafes, and a food culture built around lavash bread and cognac. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Political tensions with Azerbaijan exist but have not historically affected the main tourist areas. The hospitality culture is exceptional. Armenians treat guests with genuine warmth. Number 91. Mongolia. Mongolia is one of the world's most adventurous destinations, the last great nomadic culture, vast open steppe landscapes, the Gobi Desert, and the extraordinary hospitality of Gyar camps. Crime is low by global standards and tourist infrastructure has improved significantly around Ulaanbaatar and the main Gobi tourist circuits. The main challenges are the remoteness of most destinations, the extreme climate, and the limited road infrastructure outside the capital. Number 90. Thailand. Thailand ranks at 90, a position that reflects both its extraordinary appeal as a tourist destination and genuine safety considerations that travelers should be aware of. Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Koh Samui are very well-developed tourist environments, and the vast majority of Thailand visitors have entirely safe experiences. Road safety is the primary concern. Thailand has one of the world's highest road fatality rates. Scams targeting tourists are common in busy areas. Political demonstrations occur periodically. With awareness and sensible precautions, Thailand remains one of Asia's most rewarding destinations. Number 89. Colombia. Colombia's transformation from one of the world's most dangerous countries to a genuine tourist destination is one of the most remarkable stories in modern travel. Medellin, Cartagena, the coffee region, and the Ciudad Perdida trek have all become legitimately popular with international visitors. Safety has improved dramatically in tourist areas. However, travelers should still be selective about which areas to visit. Certain regions remain off-limits due to narco-related activity. Research your specific itinerary carefully, use reputable operators, and Colombia will astonish you. Number 88. Vietnam. Vietnam is one of Southeast Asia's most popular destinations, a country of extraordinary beauty from the rice terraces of Sapa to the ancient town of Hoi and to the karst landscapes of Ha Long Bay. Tourist safety is generally good with low violent crime rates. The main concerns are motorbike theft, taxi scams, and road safety, particularly for travelers renting scooters without significant riding experience. Healthcare quality in major cities has improved significantly and the country's political stability is consistent. Number 87. Indonesia. Bali. Indonesia is a vast archipelago of over 17,000 islands, and generalizations about safety are difficult. We are ranking specifically from a tourist perspective, primarily Bali, which is the country's dominant tourist destination and one of the world's most visited islands. Bali's safety record for tourists is strong. Violent crime is rare, the local culture is genuinely hospitable, and the tourism infrastructure is mature and well-developed. Traffic and road safety are the primary practical concerns for independent travelers. Number 86. Kenya is home to some of the greatest wildlife experiences on Earth, the Masai Mara, Amboseli, Diani Beach, and tourist safety within major national parks and established tourist circuits is generally well managed. Urban crime, particularly in Nairobi, requires standard big city awareness. The Kenya Wildlife Service and established safari operators maintain strong safety standards within the parks. Check government travel advisories for the specific regions you plan to visit. Kenya is a large country with significant regional variation in safety conditions. Number 85. Georgia. Georgia is one of Europe's most underrated travel destinations, an ancient Caucasian culture sandwiched between Russia and Turkey, with extraordinary mountain landscapes in the Greater Caucasus, a capital city Tbilisi that is simultaneously medieval and hipster, and wine culture going back 8,000 years. Crime rates are genuinely low, among the lowest in the region, and Georgian hospitality is legendary. The main safety considerations relate to the unresolved conflicts in South Ossetia and Abkhazia. Tourists should avoid those regions, but the rest of Georgia is straightforwardly safe. Number 84. Morocco. Morocco sits at 84 on our tourist safety ranking, a position that reflects its genuine appeal as a destination combined with the specific safety considerations that affect tourists. The Medinas of Fez and Marrakesh, the Sahara Desert, and the Atlas Mountains are extraordinary experiences. However, aggressive touting, scams targeting tourists, and the occasional harassment that some travelers, particularly solo female travelers, report in busy tourist areas prevent Morocco from ranking higher. Traveling with awareness of these specific challenges and doing research before your trip makes Morocco a highly rewarding destination. Number 83. Mexico. Tourist zones. Mexico is a vast country with enormous regional variation in safety. Ranking Mexico as a single entity misses this reality. We are ranking specifically from a tourist perspective, focused on the established tourist zones, the Riviera Maya including Cancun, Tulum, and Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta, San Miguel de Allende, and Mexico City's tourist districts. Within these specific areas, tourist safety is generally well managed. The U.S. State Department's travel advisories for specific Mexican states remain important reference points, and travelers should research their specific destination carefully rather than treating Mexico as a homogeneous safety environment. Number 82. Tanzania. Tourist areas. Tanzania's tourist areas, Serengeti, Ngorongoro, Kilimanjaro, Zanzibar Island, Dar es Salaam's tourist districts, are generally well managed, and tourist safety within these environments is reasonable. Zanzibar in particular has an excellent tourist safety track record. The main considerations are road safety on mainland Tanzania and ensuring your safari operator is a licensed, reputable company rather than an informal operator. Number 81. Egypt. Tourist areas. Egypt sits at 81, a position that reflects the extraordinary historical richness of its main tourist sites combined with specific safety considerations. The pyramids, Luxor, Aswan, and the Red Sea coast at Dahab, Hurghada, and Sharm el-Sheikh are all heavily managed tourist environments with dedicated tourism police. Aggressive touting at major sites is the most common complaint from visitors. Check your government's current travel advisory for the Sinai Peninsula and Egyptian border regions. The main tourist areas are generally safe, but Egypt's regional security context requires awareness.
Number 80. Ghana. Ghana holds its position at 80. West Africa's most tourist-friendly democracy and one of the continent's safest destinations. Accra is a vibrant, energetic capital with a thriving food and nightlife scene. The Cape Coast slave forts are among the most historically important sites in Africa. Crime rates are relatively low by regional standards, and the local culture is genuinely welcoming to international visitors. Standard urban precautions apply in Accra, and a particular awareness of beach safety, rip currents, is advised at Atlantic beaches. Number 79. Philippines. The Philippines, 7,641 islands of extraordinary tropical beauty, ranks at 79. Tourist destinations like Palawan, Siargao, and the chocolate hills of Bohol are genuinely spectacular, and tourist safety within these established areas is reasonable. The main safety considerations relate to regional variation. Certain areas of Mindanao and the Sulu archipelago have ongoing security concerns that tourists should avoid. For the main tourist island destinations, the Philippines offers extraordinary natural beauty at very affordable prices. Number 78. Brazil. Rio and popular tourist areas. Brazil's position at 78 reflects the reality of a complex and regionally diverse safety environment. Rio de Janeiro's tourist areas, Ipanema, Leblon, Santa Teresa, Sugarloaf, Christ the Redeemer, attract millions of visitors annually, and safety has improved with dedicated tourist policing in key areas. The Iguacu Falls on the Argentine border are extraordinary. The Amazon basin offers unique ecotourism. The key is research. Brazil's safety varies enormously by city, by neighborhood within cities, and by time of day. Travel with awareness, use reputable operators, and specific areas of Brazil reward visitors enormously. Number 77. Jordan sits at 77. A position that might surprise viewers given its Middle Eastern location. Jordan has maintained exceptional political stability in a volatile region and has built a sophisticated tourist infrastructure around some of the world's most extraordinary historical sites. Petra, one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Wadi Rum's otherworldly desert landscape. The Dead Sea. The Roman ruins of Jerash. Crime against tourists is very low by global standards. The Jordanian government actively prioritizes tourist safety as a national economic priority. For a Middle Eastern destination, Jordan is genuinely exceptional. Number 76. Rwanda at 76 reflects its remarkable transformation and its specific safety profile for tourists. Kigali is one of the cleanest and safest capital cities in Africa. The country's post-genocide development of strong governance and public safety infrastructure means that crime rates, even by global standards, are genuinely low. Gorilla trekking in Volcanoes National Park is one of the world's most extraordinary wildlife experiences and is managed to very high safety standards. Rwanda is a destination that consistently exceeds visitor expectations on safety. Number 75. Botswana is one of Africa's most stable democracies and one of the continent's most carefully managed wildlife tourism destinations. The Okavango Delta, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's great wildlife spectacles, attracts visitors from around the world to an environment managed by some of Africa's most experienced and professional safari operators. Crime rates are low. Political stability is strong. The main safety considerations are wildlife-related. Following guide instructions carefully is essential. For the right kind of traveler, Botswana offers an extraordinary experience in genuine safety. Number 74. Mauritius is an Indian Ocean island nation with an extraordinarily well-developed tourist industry, beautiful beaches, and genuinely low crime rates by global standards. The island's political stability, strong governance, and economic development over several decades have created a tourist environment that consistently ranks among the safest and most welcoming in Africa and the Indian Ocean. The main safety considerations are water safety, rip currents and sea conditions, and standard awareness of petty theft in busier areas. Number 73. Oman is consistently one of the safest countries in the Middle East and one of the most underrated travel destinations in the entire world. Muscat, the dramatic mountain towns of the Hajj Range, the pristine beaches of the Musandam Peninsula, and the vast empty quarter desert offer extraordinary experiences in an environment of genuine safety. Crime against tourists is extremely rare. The Omani culture is genuinely hospitable. Political stability is strong. Oman is a destination that travel experts consistently recommend as one of the world's most reliably safe and rewarding experiences.
Number 72. Bhutan at 72 is one of the most unique travel experiences in the entire world. The Kingdom of Bhutan controls tourist numbers through its mandatory daily fee system, currently $100 per day, which limits visitor numbers and creates an environment of careful, managed tourism. Crime is virtually non-existent. The mountain landscapes of the eastern Himalayas are extraordinary. The Dzong Fortress monasteries are unlike anything else in Asia. The daily fee and limited flight connections mean Bhutan is not for everyone, but those who go universally report a profound and safe experience. Number 71. Malaysia ranks at 71, a broadly safe destination with a sophisticated tourist infrastructure, extraordinary food culture, and remarkable biodiversity across both Peninsular Malaysia and the Borneo states of Sabah and Sarawak. Kuala Lumpur is a well-developed, cosmopolitan capital with generally good tourist safety. Petty crime is the main concern in busy areas. The eastern Sabah region bordering the Sulu Sea has historically had specific kidnapping-related security concerns, and travelers should check current government advisories for this specific area. The rest of Malaysia is broadly safe and highly rewarding. Number 70, Hungary at 70. Budapest is one of Europe's most beautiful and most visited capital cities, with the thermal baths, the Parliament building, the Danube views, and a nightlife culture centered on the famous ruin bars of the Jewish quarter. Tourist safety is generally good. Petty theft, particularly pickpocketing in crowded tourist areas and on public transport, is the main practical concern. Standard European city precautions apply. Outside Budapest, the Hungarian countryside is peaceful, beautiful, and almost entirely without safety concerns. Number 69, Poland at 69. Krakow's extraordinary medieval old town, Warsaw's reconstructed historical center, the sobering but essential Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial, and the Tatra Mountains make Poland one of Central Europe's most rewarding destinations. Safety for tourists is very good across most of the country. Awareness of the proximity to the Ukrainian border conflict is relevant for travelers, though Poland itself remains fully safe and the conflict has not crossed into Polish territory. Standard European city precautions for pickpocketing apply in busy tourist areas. Number 68, Latvia, the Baltic gem of Riga, a UNESCO-listed Art Nouveau city that rivals Vienna for architectural beauty, sits at 68. The old town of Riga is one of Northern Europe's most beautiful and most undervisited historic centers. Safety for tourists is generally very good. Standard Northern European precautions apply. The Baltic states' proximity to Russia has created heightened geopolitical awareness but has not materially affected tourist safety within Latvia itself. Number 67, Lithuania at 67. Vilnius, the Lithuanian capital, is arguably the most beautiful and most underrated capital city in all of Europe, a Baroque old town of extraordinary completeness and charm, combined with a vibrant cafe and arts culture. Crime rates are low. Political stability is strong. Safety for tourists is excellent across virtually the entire country. Vilnius specifically offers one of the most rewarding urban travel experiences in Europe at a fraction of the cost of more famous Western European capitals. Number 66, Estonia at 66. Tallinn's medieval old town is one of the best preserved in all of Europe and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Safety is excellent. Estonia is one of the world's most digitally advanced societies. E-governance, digital services, and technology integration are at global cutting-edge levels. Crime rates are low and the political governance is strong. The main safety awareness for tourists is the same as the other Baltic states. The proximity to Russia is geopolitically significant, though tourist safety in Estonia itself is excellent. Number 65, Slovakia at 65. An often overlooked Central European gem with a beautiful capital in Bratislava, dramatic high Tatra mountain landscapes, and dozens of remarkably preserved medieval castles. Crime rates for tourists are low. Political stability is reasonable. Bratislava's location literally on the border with Austria, a 45-minute drive from Vienna, makes it one of the most accessible yet least crowded capital city experiences in Europe. For value, beauty, and safety, Slovakia is genuinely underrated. Number 64, Czech Republic at 64. Prague is one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world, with a Gothic and Baroque old town that survived the Second World War largely intact and is now one of Europe's most popular tourist destinations. Safety is generally very good. Czech Republic has low violent crime rates. The main practical challenge for tourists in Prague is a highly developed tourist scam economy in the busiest areas. Always use license taxes or ride-sharing apps, be careful with currency exchange, and research standard Prague tourist scams before you go. Outside Prague, the Czech countryside is beautiful and almost entirely without safety concerns. Number 63, Greece at 63, the ancient world in a modern, Mediterranean package. Athens, the Greek islands, the Peloponnese, northern Greece, all generally safe, genuinely beautiful, and home to some of the most significant historical sites in human civilization. Crime rates are low. The main safety considerations are water safety at unsupervised beaches, the risk of forest fires in summer particularly on the mainland, and standard Mediterranean tourist awareness around petty theft in crowded areas. Greece's healthcare system, while stretched, is accessible to tourists and EU citizens traveling with their EHAC card. Number 62, Croatia. Croatia at 62, the Adriatic coastline, Dubrovnik's extraordinary walled city, the islands of Hvar and Korčula, Plitvice lakes. Croatia has become one of Europe's most popular tourist destinations over the past decade, and its safety infrastructure for tourists is well developed. Crime rates are low. Political stability is strong as an EU member state. Water safety at crowded beaches and petty theft in peak season tourist areas are the main practical concerns. Croatia in peak season is exceptionally crowded. Timing your visit for shoulder season, May, June, September, significantly improves both the experience and the safety context. Number 61, Italy. Italy at 61, Rome, Florence, Venice, the Amalfi Coast, Sancte, Sicily, one of the world's most visited countries and one of the most culturally rich. Safety for tourists is broadly good across the main tourist regions, but Italy's position at 61 rather than higher reflects the well-documented pickpocketing and tourist scam environment in Rome, Venice, and Naples specifically. These cities attract professional pickpockets who operate in crowded tourist areas and on public transport. Awareness, travel insurance for belongings, and using security-aware travel habits significantly reduces risk. Outside the major tourist cities, Italy is exceptionally peaceful and rewarding. Number 60, Spain. Spain at 60, Barcelona, Madrid, Seville, the Balearic Islands, the Canary Islands. Spain is one of the world's most visited countries and its overall tourist safety is good. The main concern lowering Spain's position in our ranking is the well-documented pickpocketing environment in Barcelona specifically, which is consistently ranked among Europe's highest-risk cities for tourist theft. The Las Ramblas and Gothic Quarter areas in particular require heightened awareness of bag snatching, phone theft, and distraction scams. Outside Barcelona, Spain's tourist safety is considerably better. Madrid, Seville, Valencia, and the island destinations are all broadly safe. Number 59, Bulgaria. Bulgaria at 59, Sofia's surprising Orthodox churches and Roman ruins, the Black Sea coast, the Rhodope Mountains, and the Valley of the Roses make Bulgaria one of Europe's most affordable and most genuinely rewarding off-the-beaten-path destinations. Safety for tourists is generally good. Standard European city precautions apply in Sofia. Road safety outside major cities requires awareness. Driving standards and road conditions vary. Bulgaria represents extraordinary value for EU-quality travel. Number 58, Cyprus. Cyprus at 58, the divided island of Venus, with ancient Greek and Ottoman heritage, turquoise Mediterranean beaches, and a well-developed resort tourist infrastructure particularly in Paphos and Limassol. Safety is generally very good in the Republic of Cyprus, which is an EU member state. The UN buffer zone dividing the island from the northern Turkish-administered area is an unusual feature of any Cyprus visit. Crossing is generally possible at designated checkpoints, but travelers should be aware of the specific regulations around travel between the two areas. Number 57, Malta. Malta at 57, the tiny Mediterranean archipelago that punches far above its size on history, culture, and safety. Valletta, Malta's capital and European Capital of Culture 2018, is a Baroque masterpiece. The ancient temples of Gantija predate Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Political stability is strong as an EU member state. Malta's small size means that virtually the entire island is accessible as a day trip from any accommodation, and the tourism infrastructure is mature and well developed. Number 56, Turkey. Turkey at 56, Istanbul, Cappadocia, the turquoise coast, Ephesus. Turkey is an extraordinary destination that straddles Europe and Asia both geographically and culturally. Safety for tourists in the main tourist areas is generally good, and the vast majority of Turkey's millions of annual visitors have safe and wonderful experiences. Turkey's position at 56 rather than higher reflects specific safety considerations, the proximity of conflict in neighboring Syria, the occasional terrorism-related incidents that have occurred in Istanbul, and the geopolitical complexity of a country navigating between NATO membership and regional power dynamics. Check your government's current travel advisory. Most will confirm that the main tourist areas are accessible with standard precautions. Number 55, Trinidad and Tobago at 55. The twin island Caribbean nation with a unique cultural identity rooted in African, Indian, and Creole traditions, one of the world's great carnivals, and remarkable biodiversity including the Asa Wright Nature Center. Safety conditions vary significantly between the two islands. Tobago is considerably safer and more tourist-oriented than Trinidad, where crime rates in Port of Spain are elevated. For most tourists visiting for beaches and wildlife, Tobago is the recommended destination and offers a genuinely safe and beautiful Caribbean experience. Number 54, Costa Rica at 54, the gold standard of Central American ecotourism. Arenal volcano, Manuel Antonio, the Osa Peninsula, and the extraordinary biodiversity of a country that protects 26% of its territory in national parks and reserves. Safety for tourists is generally good in the established ecotourism destinations. Petty theft and occasional vehicle break-ins in tourist parking areas are the main practical concerns. San Jose requires standard capital city precautions. Costa Rica's well-developed tourism infrastructure and the country's economic dependence on tourist goodwill create strong incentives to maintain tourist safety. Number 53, Chile at 53. The extraordinary geographic diversity of a country that stretches from the driest desert in the world in the Atacama north to the glacier and fjords of Patagonia in the south. Politically stable by Latin American standards. Crime rates in tourist areas are relatively low. Santiago is a modern, well-developed capital with generally good tourist safety. The main practical considerations are earthquake awareness. Chile sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, and the vast distances between destinations which require careful planning of transport and accommodation. Number 52, Uruguay at 52, the quietly civilized, consistently stable, and often overlooked gem of South America. Montevideo is one of Latin America's safest and most livable capitals. Colonia del Sacramento, a UNESCO-listed Portuguese colonial town, is one of the most charming small towns in South America. The resort beaches of Punta del Este attract visitors from across the continent. Crime rates by Latin American standards are genuinely low. Political stability is exceptional. Uruguay is the definition of a safe, rewarding, and underrated destination. Number 51, Taiwan at 51, extraordinarily safe, extraordinarily beautiful, and one of Asia's most fascinating destinations. Taipei's night markets, the dramatic Taroko Gorge, the Alishan Mountain Tea Country, and the surf beaches of the East Coast make Taiwan a genuinely diverse destination. Crime rates for tourists are very low. The political situation, Taiwan's complex relationship with mainland China, represents a geopolitical consideration but has not historically affected tourist safety. Taiwan's people are famously welcoming to international visitors. Number 50, South Korea at 50. Seoul is one of Asia's most dynamic, technologically advanced, and tourist-friendly capitals. Crime rates for tourists are genuinely low. Public safety systems are excellent. Geopolitical proximity to North Korea is the most obvious consideration, but it has not materially affected tourist safety in South Korea historically, and Seoul's tourist infrastructure shows no particular anxiety about this proximity in daily life. The Korean food scene, the palace complexes, the Han River, Jeju Island, South Korea offers extraordinary experiences in a genuinely safe environment. Number 49, Cambodia at 49. Angkor Wat, one of the greatest architectural achievements of the ancient world, draws visitors from across the globe to Siem Reap in a well-managed tourist environment. Safety in Siem Reap's tourist areas is generally good. The main considerations are road safety, traffic in Cambodia can be chaotic, and awareness that unexploded ordnance remains a hazard in certain rural areas outside established tourist routes. Phnom Penh has improved significantly as a tourist destination. Cambodia's tourist industry has strong incentives to maintain visitor safety. Number 48, Argentina at 48. Buenos Aires, the dramatic Iguazu Falls, the wine country of Mendoza, the glacier of Patagonia, and the end-of-the-world atmosphere of Ushuaia. Argentina is one of South America's most rewarding destinations and safety in tourist areas is broadly manageable. Buenos Aires requires specific awareness of express kidnapping scams, phone theft, and scams targeting tourists in busy areas. The economic volatility of Argentina's currency system requires specific preparation. The black market exchange rate situation means that understanding the best way to manage currency is essential pre-trip research. Outside Buenos Aires, Argentina is generally very safe. Number 47, United Arab Emirates UAE at 47. Dubai and Abu Dhabi are among the most sophisticated tourist destinations in the world, with extraordinary ambition, extraordinary infrastructure, and extraordinarily low crime rates for visitors. The UAE has invested decades in building a reputation as a safe, welcoming, and world-class tourist destination, and it has succeeded. Personal safety on the streets of Dubai and Abu Dhabi is genuinely excellent. The main considerations for tourists are awareness of the UAE's specific laws around public behavior, alcohol consumption outside licensed venues, and social media expression, all require awareness by visitors from more permissive cultures. Number 46, Hong Kong at 46, the extraordinary city of vertical living, harbor views, dim sum culture, and one of Asia's great urban experiences. Street-level crime rates are among the lowest in Asia and the world. Personal safety in Hong Kong streets is genuinely excellent. The main consideration lowering Hong Kong from a higher position is the post-2020 political environment and the national security law, which has introduced restrictions on political expression that travelers should be aware of, and which has changed the city's previous reputation for political freedoms. Number 45, Bhutan. Moved up review note. Bhutan was placed at 72 earlier. We are noting here that different indices place Bhutan significantly higher due to its extraordinary low crime rate. Its restrictive tourist policy makes direct comparison complex. Number 45, Luxembourg at 45. One of the world's smallest countries and one of the wealthiest per capita, Luxembourg is a genuinely safe and overlooked destination. The capital Luxembourg city sits above dramatic river gorges with medieval fortifications. Crime rates are low. Political stability is exceptional. Most visitors pass through Luxembourg as a day trip from Brussels, Amsterdam, or Frankfurt without staying. Those who do stay discover a compact, wealthy, and historically rich country with genuine charm. Number 44, Slovakia, noted earlier. Number 44, Belgium at 44. Brussels, Bruges, Ghent, Antwerp, the World War I battlefield sites of Flanders. Belgium packs extraordinary historical and cultural depth into a small country. As the seat of EU institutions, Brussels has a sophisticated international atmosphere. Safety for tourists is generally good. Brussels has specific district-level safety variations. The area around North Station requires awareness. Bruges and Ghent are among the safest and most beautiful small cities in Europe. Belgium's food culture, the waffles, the chocolate, the fries, the extraordinary beer, is alone worth the trip. Number 43, Netherlands at 43 overall, noting that the Berkshire Hathaway Travel Protection Index places the Netherlands as the world's number 1 safest country for tourists in 2026, reflecting its exceptional scores for healthcare, stability, and safety for all traveler types including solo female travelers, LGBTQIA+ travelers, and travelers of color. Amsterdam, Keukenhof, The Hague, Rotterdam. The Netherlands offers one of the most complete and safe tourist experiences in the entire world. Bicycle theft in Amsterdam is the most common crime affecting visitors. Secure your bike well. Beyond this, the Netherlands is exceptional. Number 42, Canada at 42 in our composite ranking, one of the 15 most peaceful nations on the 2026 Global Peace Index and consistently in the top 5 of the Berkshire Hathaway Safest Destinations report. Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, Quebec City, Banff. Canada offers extraordinary diversity of experience in a genuinely safe environment. The main safety considerations are the vast outdoor spaces. Canada's national parks and wilderness areas require preparation and awareness of wildlife, weather extremes, and the distances between facilities. Urban crime in certain areas of Vancouver and Toronto's downtown requires standard big city awareness. Overall, Canada is an exceptional destination for safety and experience combined. Number 41, France at 41. Paris, the Loire Valley, Provence, the French Riviera, the Alps. France is one of the world's most visited countries and broadly a safe destination for international tourists. The Paris region's well-documented tourist scam and pickpocketing environment around the Eiffel Tower, Sacré-Cœur, and the metro places it below where pure national statistics might suggest. Awareness of these specific risks significantly reduces your exposure. Beyond Paris, France's rural regions, wine country, and Mediterranean coast are safe, beautiful, and enormously rewarding. Number 40, Germany at 40, Berlin's extraordinary history and culture, Bavaria's alpine beauty, the Rhine Valley, Heidelberg, Hamburg's harbor. Germany is a high-quality, safe tourist destination with excellent infrastructure. Crime rates for tourists are low. Political stability is strong. The main practical safety considerations are awareness of the specific areas of Berlin's nightlife district and standard big city precautions in Frankfurt's Bahnhofsviertel area. Beyond these specific areas, Germany is a consistently safe, rewarding, and historically profound destination. Number 39, United Kingdom UK at 39, London, Edinburgh, the Scottish Highlands, the Cotswolds, Wales, Northern Ireland. The UK offers extraordinary diversity within a relatively compact island. Safety for tourists is generally good. London's public safety systems are well developed. The main considerations are standard large city crime awareness in London, Manchester, and Birmingham. Scotland specifically scores very high on tourist safety. The UK's well-resourced emergency services and mature tourist infrastructure make it a reliable destination for visitors. Number 38, Sweden at 38, Stockholm, the Swedish archipelago, Lapland, the midnight sun. Sweden offers extraordinary natural and urban experiences. Safety for tourists is generally very high. Sweden's position in the mid-30s rather than the top 10 reflects some specific urban safety challenges that have emerged in recent years in certain Stockholm and Malmö suburbs, though these areas are not part of the standard tourist circuit and the main visitor destinations remain genuinely safe. Number 37, Norway at 37, the fjords, the Northern Lights, Bergen's Briggen Wharf, the Lofoten Islands. Norway offers some of the world's most spectacular natural scenery in a genuinely safe environment. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Political stability is excellent. The main considerations are the cost of travel. Norway is one of the world's most expensive destinations, and outdoor safety in remote areas, where weather can change rapidly and distances from emergency services are significant. For prepared travelers, Norway is extraordinary. Number 36. Denmark at 36, Copenhagen is consistently ranked among the world's most livable cities and is an extremely safe, beautiful, and welcoming destination. The Little Mermaid, Tivoli Gardens, the Nyhavn Canal, the food scene. Copenhagen punches above its weight in virtually every category that matters to travelers. Crime rates are low. Safety for tourists is excellent. Denmark's efficient public transport, cycling culture, and compact geography make it one of the most practically easy destinations to navigate safely. Number 35, Luxembourg, reviewed above. Number 35, New Zealand at 35 in our tourist composite, noting that on pure travel safety metrics it ranks significantly higher on many individual indices, particularly the GPI where it holds third place globally. New Zealand's extraordinary natural beauty, the fjords, the mountains, the beaches, the geothermal landscapes, is matched by an exceptional safety track record for tourists. The main risk area for visitors is outdoor adventure activities in remote terrain where self-sufficiency and respect for conditions is essential. New Zealand's adventure tourism industry is well regulated, but the natural environment demands respect. Number 34, Australia at 34, Sydney, Melbourne, the Great Barrier Reef, Uluru, the Daintree Rainforest. Australia's tourist experiences are extraordinary. Safety for tourists is very good across the main visitor destinations. Australia's unique position is that many of its safety challenges are environmental rather than criminal. UV radiation requiring serious sun protection, ocean rip currents requiring swimming between flags, the specific dangers of Australian wildlife in certain areas, and the extreme heat of the outback. These are real considerations for unprepared visitors but are navigable with proper preparation. Urban crime rates are low in Australia's main tourist cities. Number 33, Finland at 33, Helsinki, the Åland Archipelago, Lapland, the Lake District. Finland is one of the world's most consistently safe countries and an increasingly popular tourist destination, particularly for Northern Lights experiences in Finnish Lapland and sauna culture. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Healthcare is excellent. Safety is genuinely outstanding across the country. The main practical consideration for visitors to Lapland is the extreme cold in winter. Temperatures can fall below -30 degrees Celsius and proper equipment is genuinely essential. Number 32, Austria at 32, Vienna, Salzburg, the Alps, the Lake District. Austria is consistently one of Europe's safest and most rewarding tourist destinations. Vienna repeatedly tops global quality of life rankings. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Political stability is excellent. The Habsburg architecture, the music heritage, the coffeehouse culture, the ski resorts, and the alpine hiking, Austria delivers extraordinary experiences in an environment of genuine safety and comfort. Number 31, Belgium, reviewed above. Number 31, Singapore at 31 in our composite tourist ranking, noting that on pure crime and personal safety metrics, Singapore consistently ranks among the very top globally. Street-level crime is virtually non-existent. The tourist infrastructure is exceptional. Singapore's position at 31 rather than higher in our composite reflects its strict legal environment. Behaviors that are minor infractions or social norms elsewhere can result in significant fines or legal consequences in Singapore. Chewing gum in public, littering, jaywalking, all carry real penalties. Visitors who research the specific laws and comply with them have an extraordinarily safe and enjoyable experience. Number 30, Switzerland at 30, Zurich, Geneva, Bern, the Alps, Lake Geneva. Switzerland is one of the world's most reliably safe tourist destinations with exceptional infrastructure, excellent healthcare, low crime rates, and extraordinary natural beauty. The main considerations are cost. Switzerland is among the world's most expensive destinations, and outdoor safety in the alpine environment where conditions can change rapidly. Switzerland consistently ranks in the global top 5 across virtually every safety index. Number 29, Portugal at 29, Lisbon, Porto, the Algarve, the Douro Valley, Madeira, the Azores. Portugal is one of Western Europe's safest and most affordable destinations. Crime rates for tourists are low. The political environment is stable. Lisbon and Porto have become among Europe's most popular city break destinations. The main practical safety awareness is standard pickpocketing awareness on Lisbon's famous trams and in busy tourist areas. Beyond this, Portugal is excellent. Number 32, Austria at 32, Vienna, Salzburg, the Alps, the Lake District. Austria is consistently one of Europe's safest and most rewarding tourist destinations. Vienna repeatedly tops global quality of life rankings. Crime rates for tourists are very low. Political stability is excellent. The Habsburg architecture, the music heritage, the coffeehouse culture, the ski resorts, and the alpine hiking, Austria delivers extraordinary experiences in an environment of genuine safety and comfort. Number 31, Belgium, reviewed above. Number 31, Singapore at 31 in our composite tourist ranking, noting that on pure crime and personal safety metrics, Singapore consistently ranks among the very top globally. Street-level crime is virtually non-existent. The tourist infrastructure is exceptional. Singapore's position at 31 rather than higher in our composite reflects its strict legal environment. Behaviors that are minor infractions or social norms elsewhere can result in significant fines or legal consequences in Singapore. Chewing gum in public, littering, jaywalking, all carry real penalties. Visitors who research the specific laws and comply with them have an extraordinarily safe and enjoyable experience. Number 30, Switzerland at 30, Zurich, Geneva, Bern, the Alps, Lake Geneva. Switzerland is one of the world's most reliably safe tourist destinations with exceptional infrastructure, excellent healthcare, low crime rates, and extraordinary natural beauty. The main considerations are cost. Switzerland is among the world's most expensive destinations, and outdoor safety in the alpine environment where conditions can change rapidly. Switzerland consistently ranks in the global top 5 across virtually every safety index. Number 29, Portugal at 29, Lisbon, Porto, the Algarve, the Douro Valley, Madeira, the Azores. Portugal is one of Western Europe's safest and most affordable destinations. Crime rates for tourists are low. The political environment is stable. Lisbon and Porto have become among Europe's most popular city break destinations. The main practical safety awareness is standard pickpocketing awareness on Lisbon's famous trams and in busy tourist areas. Beyond this, Portugal is excellent. 26, Slovenia 25, Denmark 24, Czech Republic 23, Canada, top tier 22, Australia, top tier 21, Austria, top tier number 20, Finland number 19, Singapore number 18, New Zealand number 17, Norway number 16, Sweden number 15, Ireland number 14, Switzerland number 13, Portugal number 12, Japan number 11, Netherlands. The top 11 through 20 represent the most consistent performers across every major 2026 safety index. Countries that score in the top tier of the GPI, BHTP, HelloSafe, and Numbeo crime index simultaneously. These are destinations where violent crime against tourists is extremely rare, political stability is exceptional, healthcare is excellent, and the tourist experience is consistently safe and rewarding. Number 10, Denmark, consistently top tier across all indices. Copenhagen is a world-class safe city. Number 9, Germany, strong safety infrastructure, low tourist crime outside specific district exceptions, exceptional cultural depth. Number 8, Japan, among the world's very lowest violent crime rates. Lost wallets are returned. Safety is almost cultural. Number 7, Singapore, virtually zero street crime. World's most powerful passport. Exceptional governance. Number 6, Switzerland, low crime, exceptional infrastructure, outstanding mountain rescue services. Number 5, New Zealand, third on GPI. Extraordinarily safe. Nature demands respect but the people are exceptional. Number 4, Austria, third on BHTP. Vienna is one of the world's safest and most livable cities. Number 3, Portugal, Western Europe's finest value for safety combination. Low crime, excellent healthcare access. Number 2, Netherlands, number 1 on the 2026 BHTP safest destinations ranking. Exceptional across every traveler safety metric including for solo female, LGBTQIA+, and travelers of color. Number 1, Iceland, and at number 1, Iceland. For the 19th consecutive year, the world's safest country on the Global Peace Index. No standing army. Among the world's lowest homicide rates. Geysers, glacier, northern lights, midnight sun, and black sand beaches. More than 2 million tourists annually in a country of 370,000 people, and virtually all of them report a profound, safe, and life-changing experience. Iceland is the gold standard of what human societies can build when safety, trust, and community are genuinely prioritized. Number 1 in the world. Number 1 for 19 years in a row. Iceland. And that is your complete 100 safest countries in the world for tourists in 2026, from Bolivia at 100 to Iceland at 1. Safety is not just about crime, it is about healthcare, stability, infrastructure, and how welcome you feel when you arrive. These 100 countries represent a world of extraordinary travel possibility, and knowing where you stand before you go makes every journey better. If this video helped you plan or simply gave you a fascinating view of the world's safety landscape, give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe for more global travel content. Drop your home country in the comments and I will tell you where it ranks. See you in the next one.